G'day guys, so in this video I am going about converting the Losi Micro-T to brushless. Now I'm going to be upfront with this. This has been quite difficult actually, and you're probably thinking, hang on, what do you mean quite difficult? What are you talking about? So I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys. I actually started recording doing this, and it's been a complete and utter kerfluffle, I guess you could say. The whole thing, everything I've done to try and convert this car to brushless, there's been, I guess you could say, one barrier after another. And one of the issues was the first motor combo and speed controller combo that I got. I got to get it installed, and the motor just cogged like crazy. And for those of you who don't understand the terminology, brushless motors are a three-phase motor, so you have A, B, and C, like a triangle. And cogging is when the rotor inside gets stuck between one of the phases. So each phase, A, B, and C, is a phase. So it gets stuck in between the phase, and it goes like it cogs. And no matter what I could do, free revving the motor without it attached to like a spur gear or under load, it would cog. But when it wasn't under load, so free revving, fine. So I got a new brushless system and couldn't get the motor installed because it won't fit onto the motor plate. So there was lots of issues, and it got me really down and disheartened. I just packed everything into a small box and just shot it in the drawer and just walked away from it. It pissed me off. There's no other way of putting it. So what I've done is I'm going to have another crack at this, guys, and it's not going to be from a beginning to end. I'll show you where I've left off from, and hopefully I can get this done. So what I'll do, guys, is we'll go over to the workbench and I will show you the whole situation. Alright guys, so here it is in its current form, configuration, however you want to put it. So one of the things that I've done, I had to do, is obviously being originally a brushed system, it uses their own, I guess you call it, bespoke system, where it's a Spectrum 2-in-1 system. So it's a receiver and a speed controller, and it plugs into the motor, and it's kind of to save on space and weight and so forth. So what I had to do was I took that off, and as you can see around here, if I can get it around the angles here, you can see how I've had to shave away the ridge from where the system sat. And so this is the current motor that's kind of in there, but it's not in there, and it's a Yasuda, guess that's how you pronounce it. But see, originally what had happened is, I'll get the other system out. So I got this system here, and this motor is smaller than the motor it's in here. And this motor, you'd free rev it and it'd work fine, but as soon as it was under any load, it'd just start cogging. So got annoyed with that, tossed it aside, got this system. And what I also done is, as you can see here, I've also done a few little upgrades. So I've got an injora brass spur gear, and what I've also done is internally I have upgraded the gears to metal gears. So it's all metal geared throughout, and this is where I am. And what the trouble I was having is that the Losi motor plate here, actually I'll use this to point. The Losi motor plate here just won't work with this motor. So that's where I just got annoyed, shoved it in a box, and just walked away. So what we're going to do, guys, is I've bought another motor plate. So I've got an Injora motor plate here, and it comes with a 45 turn brush motor. So you're probably thinking, well, why do we need the motor for? We don't need the motor. We just need this motor plate here, because as you can see, this motor plate is slightly different on the end here compared to the Injora one here, the Losi one here. So we're going to get rid of that. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to pull it apart, show it to you, and then continue on from there. Alrighty, guys, so here is the Losi motor plate. So this is the original one here, and I'll see if I can just, crikey. So as you can see, this is the Injora one here, and it's a lot, the shape here is different, and if I put it over, the dimensions are, it fits exactly the same dimensions and so forth, but as you can see, there's more adjustability options for mounting the motor. So that comes in handy. So this motor here, hopefully, I really hope this fits after this, because if not, I'm just going to go absolutely bonkers. So what we're going to do, guys, is we are going to fit this in and put the spur gear back on and everything, and hopefully we'll get somewhere. Well, guys, it has been, I kid you not, a couple of months between takes, or in between shots. This has been, without doubt, the biggest nightmare. Well, for me personally, the biggest nightmare converting this thing to brushless. Now, you're probably thinking, well, what's the go? I mean, what was so hard about it? Pretty much everything. Obviously, this was never intended to, like, I'm assuming Losi never intended this car to be brushless, but obviously everyone that gets one of these, especially in this day and age, goes, let's put a brushless system in it. So hurdle number one, the transmission. So the standard motor, now where is it? The standard motor here, it's designed for this style of motor, and as you can see from its shape, it is not perfectly round. It's got flat spots, and so the transmission is designed primarily to take that style of motor. So you got the gap. I'm trying to give you all as much light as possible, but it's designed, as you can see there, the motor is touching part of the transmission case, and that's as far as it'll go, because obviously brushless motor, it's round, and with that it limits your motor choice. So they really only intended it for these style of brush motors. So you can, this is a 55 turn motor from memory, no, 65 turn, sorry. 65 turn, and you can get a 45 turn. Where is it? Because when I bought some parts, one of it comes with this 45 turn brush motor, so it's basically just a direct plug-in and so forth. So that was hurdle number one, trying to get this friggin' thing to fit. Hurdle number two was the motor plate, because again, it's designed, the motor plate is designed, the original motor plate is designed for this style of motor. So give me a second, guys. I've got all the parts in this little box here. Sorry, I'm getting a shot of just the ground here. Here it is. Come on. Okay, so that's the standard motor plate. So it's a small hole, and this particular brushless motor, sorry, I'm trying to make this as easy as possible for you to see. So this little collared section here, sorry, try and get it to focus. This little collared section here on this motor is smaller than on the brushless motor. So I go and get an upgraded motor plate. So I get the Injora one. So because of that, even still, the motor collar, so that little bit there, is still too big for it to sit flush onto the motor plate. So out comes the Dremel. Dremel comes out, and I had to shave away. So I put the motor plate away, but basically where this sits on the motor plate, I had to shave away the metal to get it to sit flush up against the motor. Hurdle number three. So obviously this motor, I just got this motor. It's 3500 kV from memory. So I had to buy a bigger pinion gear, which also ties in hurdle number 4 and number 1. So because the motor, because of its shape and its size, it touches up against the transmission case. So I had to get a pinion gear that's big enough so that it will give the truck some speed and also reach the spur gear. Now the spur gear, this is an Injora brass spur gear. It's a metal one, so it's upgraded, but it's the same size as the stock one. Because if I go too big, then it will go too slow. So this is a 15 tooth pinion for the Mini-T. So because the standard shaft here is, I think, 1.5 millimeters, whereas the shaft on the brushless motor is 2 millimeters. Well, that's what it's supposed to be. So I thought, righto, so get a 15 tooth pinion, because the Mini-T motor shaft is 2 millimeters. Well, it's technically 1.9 millimeters, so it flops about, and so when it doesn't sit flush on, like properly on the shaft, there's not a snug fit. So as the motor spins, the pinion gear's going like that. So I came up, it annoyed me, and so what I did then, I had a brainstorm and got some shrink tubing and put it over the motor shaft and shrunk it on, and then put the pinion gear over the motor shaft, and it sits properly now. Hurdle number, let's see, what are we up to? 5 now. Because this pinion gear is technically oversized for the whole chassis itself, I had to, with my Dremel tool, shave away plastic so it wouldn't rub, because on the sides here, You've got, if I can get, I'll try and get it under the light here as best I can. Just bear with me, guys. So right here you can see how there's like bits like the molding. I had to shave that away on this side right here. So that was what's that? Hurdle number 5. Now, give me a sec. I'll just fix this light up. So that's hurdle number 5. Hurdle number 6. So because of the type of motor, because if we have a look down in there, how it works is the motor wires come down and it uses a servo plug, if I can get it to sit there, because I can't get it to sit upright, otherwise it will foul on the upper deck here. I have to have the motor laying down like that. So because of that, I cannot use the, where is it? I cannot use the standard battery. Where the hell did I put that? Oh, there it is. I cannot use the standard battery because it is too wide and it fouls up against the wires. So, last hurdle. So because of that, I fortunately have a small radio control helicopter that runs on a 2-cell 350 milliamp hour LiPo, and it's an OMP helicopter, if you know that brand. And I got one of these I've got these batteries for that helicopter, and these fit in. The only issue is I can't put the little latch down, but it is a snug fit because, as you can see, it's slightly taller than the standard Spectrum battery, and because of that, it goes in. It's a snug fit like that. I'll just hold it down. So yeah, it's snug fit, and it's done. And I'll be honest with you guys, I have given it a quick test run on my kitchen floor, and it works. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to charge this battery up and see what it's like to drive outside. Got that on. Had to do a little bit of rearranging with the electronics, try and get the lid to shut. Alright, let's see. That's done. Alright, let's carefully shut this. Alright, oh, that's a bit wonky. I'll have to sort that out later. It's got some go in it. Let's see what it's like for speed. Check for traffic. Gutter. It's definitely got a bit more poke than the brush motor. Whoop. what I might do is fix or remove this tab here so the battery can sit a little bit further across. That way the wires ain't poking out a little. It's definitely got more poke. With the futaba receiver and speed controller up high, it definitely has raised the center of gravity a little bit. So that's reverse. Oh damn, it actually goes through grass. Oh, let's see what it's like on the dirt. Okay, you got to keep the momentum going. Alright, let's take it back to the workbench. Well guys, after that, it has definitely been worth the anger, the frustration, the profanity. Definitely worth it to see it run on brushless power. I'm definitely happy that I persisted with it. Because honestly guys, it had me almost to the point of wanting to throw it out, but I'm glad that I persisted with it. Yeah, I'm glad, because the reason why it took me ages is partly because I had other little side projects on the side going, and I'm actually, as I'm recording this, helping my father move, and just purely putting it to the side so I don't end up chucking it out, which I'm glad I had that self-control. But like I said a little earlier, I'm going to definitely take that little tab away there. So this battery, because obviously it is longer, it's longer than the standard Spectrum battery, so I'm definitely going to take that tab out. But yeah, it's it's definitely got some poke, a bit more poke than the standard brushed motor. I'm happy with it, and I'm happy that it drives. So for those of you wondering, I'm using, for the radio, I'm using a futaba It's a Futaba R214 GFE antennaless receiver, and I'm using my Futaba 3PV radio to run it. So it's, and if you're, for those wondering, it's a Yasuda 20 amp brushless ESC and Yasuda 3500 kV motor. I might later on put a more powerful motor in, I don't know, but at the moment I am happy that it's running and that it's working. So for any of you that are wondering if it can be done, yes, it can be done. Because it's been a bit of a time between like when I started this video and to now, there have been some other option parts come out for both the Micro-T and the Micro-B, namely the kind of transmission that's brushless suitable, I believe. But if you're wondering if you can do it with a standard transmission case, yes, it can be done. Just have a lot of patience, guys, because there is a lot of faffing about. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. But that is the end of this video, guys. There will be more Micro-T videos in the future. So until then, guys, enjoy your hobby and cheers.